Let's start. Feet hip width apart. Make sure they're grounded. Soften your knees, lengthen up as tall as you can. Think of that piece of string lifting you up to the ceiling. Shoulder blades in their pockets. A nice pelvic tilt to find neutral, and then engage your core. We'll start off with your head. Take it to the side. Lower it down, chin down towards your chest. Up the other side. Lower. To the side. Lower. To the side. Lower. To the side. Lower. To the side. Head to the front. Chin down. Back up. Down. Back up. Down. Back up. Down. Back up. Shoulders up to your ears. Release. Lift. Release. Lift. Release. Lift. Release. Now bring them forwards and back. Forwards and back. Forwards and back. Forwards and back. Side bends, reach. Back up. Other side. And up. 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 Take your arms up, melt the shoulders, hips facing forwards. Twist your upper body to the side. To the middle. Other side. To the middle. Side. To the middle. Side. To the middle. Side. To the middle. Side. Back to the middle. Arms down. Lift up your right knee. Lift it up to the side. Back in. And lower. Change lift. Side. In. And lower. Change lift. Side. In. And lower. Change lift. Side. In. And lower. Hands on your thighs now. Knees soft, shoulders forward. Start rolling down. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Once you feel each vertebrae moving on your way down, take it down as far as you're comfortable and hold it. Now slowly come back up. Take your arms out. And now we're going to stretch up as you can onto your toes. Come back down. Arms on your thighs. Roll. Hold it. Slowly up. Arms out. Stretch up. Come back down. Arms on your thighs. And roll. Hold it. Slowly up. Arms out. Stretch up. Come back down. Arms on your thighs. One more time. Roll down. Hold it. Slowly up. Arms out. Stretch up. Come back down. Arms on your sides. Right, we're going to do just a little bit of leg movements while we're in the standing position, okay? We won't worry about the band today. So, core engaged. We're starting off with the right leg, okay? So we're going to take it. Ready? Forward. front to neutral, diagonal to neutral, side to neutral, behind without leaning forward to neutral. Same leg, front to neutral, diagonal to neutral, side to neutral, behind to neutral, front to neutral, diagonal to neutral, side to neutral, behind to neutral. Right, changing legs now. Ready? Front to neutral, diagonal to neutral, side to neutral, behind neutral. In front to neutral, diagonal to neutral, side to neutral, behind to neutral. One more set. Forward to neutral, diagonal to neutral, side to neutral, behind to neutral. Good. Right, we're going in the prone now. I'm just going to open the back door a bit because it's getting a bit warm in here. Right. So let's do some prones. So engage your core and let's roll down the body. Touch the floor, crawl forwards. Hands underneath shoulders. Okay, so with this one, we are going to take the hand and place it on the small of the back. So right hand, place it on the back and back down. Left and down. Right and down. Try not to move your hips. Left and down. Right and down. Left and down. Bend the knees and nice and slowly coming back up. Slowly up the body. To standing. Well done. Okay, we've only got one more. Engage your core and down we go. Touch the floor. Crawl forwards. Okay, again, hands underneath shoulders. Right, now I want you to drop your knees down. I know you love your press ups. Now we're tucking the elbows in. Tuck the elbows in. Nose making the triangle. Okay, are you ready? Lower. And lift. Lower. And lift. Lower. And lift. Lower. And lift. Got one more. Lower. And lift. Sink back, stretch out your arms. Okay, on your front. Right. Get my towel. Right, first frontal exercise we are going to do is opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay, just got to make sure that I've got enough room to get my arm and leg out. So rest your head down. Okay, arms out straight in front of you. Neutral spine, engage your core. So make sure you're not pushing down with your abdominals into the mat when you do this exercise. We're lengthening the arm from the shoulder and the leg from the hip. Okay, are you ready? Lengthen, lift, and lower. Change, 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 lengthen, lift, and lower that down. Right, up onto your hands and knees. Now, this is the opposite arm, opposite leg that you're going to be balancing on your knee, okay? So I'm just going to place my knees on my towel because sometimes it can be a bit sore on the knees. So you've got your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath hips, arch your back up to the ceiling, push it down to the floor. Find neutral. When you're happy with your neutral position, engage your core. Okay, so remember we're going to have one foot right off the floor each time. So we're going to start off with the right arm and left knee. So balance on your right knee and then lift and lengthen. Much more wobbly and lower down. So bend the left knee, change, lift, lengthen. And lower. One side is definitely harder than the other. Bend the right knee, change, lift, lengthen. And lower. Bend the left knee, change, lift, lengthen. Oh, it's well wobbly. And lower. Bend the right knee, change, lift, and lengthen. And lower. Ooh, bend the left knee, change, lift, lengthen. And lower. Right, we've got one more each side. Bend the right knee, lift, lengthen. And lower. Change, lift, lengthen. Very wobbly this morning. And lower. Arms out, sink back. Good. Okay, back onto your front. Right, we're going to do a plank. Just one. Okay, 60-second plank. Make sure I get into the right position. Okay. Stopwatch ready. Elbows underneath shoulders. Think about your core. Come up onto your knees and tilt. Core should be engaged. If you're going to lift, lift. Lengthen, melt your shoulders. Nice, deep breathing. Seconds to go. Knees down and relax. Okay, we'll have a stretch. Hands to the floor. Reach. Keep your hips on the mat. Good, and stretch behind. Really pull out your arms. Excellent. Right, we're back down on our fronts again now. And we're going to do trapezius. So I want your head resting down and your arms out straight. Make sure you've got the room. Okay, floppy feet so you're not using your glutes. Then engage your core, lift it away from the mat. Okay, ready. Both arms lift, elbows in, back out, relax down, 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 lift, elbows in, back out, relax down. One more, lift, elbows in, back out, relax down. Excellent. Up onto your hands and knees. Okay, so you want your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath hips. Arch your back up, high as you can to the ceiling. Now relax it all down to the floor. And now find neutral. Once you've got your neutral position, engage your core. Okay, so we're going to do a fire hydrant, but then we're straightening the leg as well. So we're going to take the leg out to the side. So let's start off with the left leg. So take the left out to the side and push it out behind you, back in, and then lower it down. Same leg all the time. Take it out to the side, push out, back in, and lower. Try and keep your body weight central. Out to the side, push out, in, and lower. Out to the side, push out, in, and lower. Out to the side, push out, in, and lower. To the side, push out, in, and lower. Two more. To the side, push out, in, lower. Out to the side, push out, in, and lower. We're going to go straight on to the right now, okay? Make sure your core's still engaged. Out to the side, push out, in, and lower. To the side, push out, in, and lower. Out to the side, push out, in, and lower. Out to the side, push out, in, and lower. To the side, out, in, lower. Out to the side, push out, in, lower. To the side, out, in, lower. Last one. Out to the side, push out, in, and lower that down. Take your arms out and stretch. Right, we've got one more plank to do. So let's get back onto your fronts. This is the last exercise on your front. Okay, are we ready? Elbow underneath shoulder. Think about your core. Come up onto your knees and tilt. Core should be engaged. If you're lifting, please lift. Lengthen your body, melt your shoulders. Nice, deep breathing. Seconds to go. Knees down and relax. Well done. Last stretch. And stretch back. Good. Right, now you can have a lie down. Right, you don't need anything to start with, just yourself. Arms by your sides with your knees bent, feet together, toes out, heels where the toes were. Push your back into the mat, arch up, find neutral. When you're happy with your neutral position, engage your core. Okay, we're going up into the tabletop. So right leg, up, left leg, lift. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Okay, we're pushing out the right leg. And taking it back in. Both on the out breath. Push out. In. Right, push out. In. Left, push out. In. Right, push out. And in. Left, push out. And in. Lower your right to the floor. Lower your left. Good. Right, grab your ball. And then place it under your coccyx. Now get yourself comfortable. Make sure that your ball is in the right position. Hopefully that's okay. Right, feet together again, toes out, heels where the toes were. Neutral spine, core engage. Take your right leg up into the tabletop, left leg. Now if you want to, you can take your arms off the floor. Are you ready? Push out. And in. left, push out, and in, right, push out, and in, left, push out, and in, right, push out, and in, left, push out, and in. Lower your arms, lower your right, lower your left. Okay, just take the ball away for the next one. We'll get back into position again. Feet together, toes out, heels where the toes were. Push your back into the mat. Arch up, find neutral, engage your core. Are you ready to go back into the tabletop? Right leg, lift, left leg, lift. Okay, opposite arm, opposite leg. Out. And in. Change out. And in. Change out. And in. Change out. And in. Lower your right to the floor. Lower your left down. Just bring your knees into your chest for a second. Okay, grab your ball again. Place it under your coccyx. Make sure it's comfortable. Feet together, toes out, heels where the toes were. Neutral spine. Engage your core. Are you ready? Right leg up into the tabletop. Left leg lift. Arms off the floor if you can manage. Right leg, left arm out. And in. Change out. And in. Change out. And in. Change out. And in. Arms to the floor. Lower your right. Lower your left. Take the ball away. Bring your knees into your chest. Good. Okay, we're going to roll onto your side now. Okay, rest your head on your arm. The more you lengthen, the easier the exercise. Now, check to make sure your top hip is on top of your bottom hip. You have neutral spine and your core is engaged. So just get really comfortable. Now take both legs off the floor. Okay, are you ready? Top leg, lift. And lower. Now take it in front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Lift. And lower. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. to neutral. Try and keep that leg straight. Lift. And lower. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Lift. And lower. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Lift. And lower. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Lift. And lower. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Lift. And lower. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Top onto bottom. Relax your legs down. Right, you can roll over. I will just roll onto my other side. And lengthen out again. Okay. Just check to make sure your top hip is on top of your bottom hip. You're lengthening out as long as you can. Neutral spine, core engaged. Take both legs off the floor. Are you ready? Top leg, lift. And lower. Take it in front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Lift. And lower. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Lift. And lower. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Lift. And lower. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Lift. And lower. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Lift. And lower. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Got two more to do. Lift. And lower. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Lift. And lower. In front. Back to neutral. Behind. Back to neutral. Top onto bottom. Relax your legs down. Good. Right, you can go onto your back again now. Arms by your sides. Knees bent, feet together. Toes out, heels where the toes were. Push your back into the mat. Arch up. Find neutral when you're happy with your neutral position. Engage your core. Okay, we're going to bridge. So to start with, we're just imprinting and activating, okay? Up and down. Ready? Imprint, activate the glutes, and let's roll up. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Pause at the top. And down. I really want you to concentrate on this, moving your spine, uncurling, curling. Relax at the bottom. Imprint, activate, lift. Some say it's like placing a piece of sellotape slowly down and then undoing it. vertebrae by vertebrae. So you can pretend you're a piece of tape. Relax at the bottom. Imprint, activate, and lift. Hold it. And lower. One more. Imprint, activate, lift. And lower. Just bring your knees in. I could feel that in my glutes today, but I think that was from Monday. Not just from doing that today. Okay. This time we're going to bring the arms in. So as the hips go up, the arms are going to go behind. Okay. So let's get back into position. Melt the shoulders, push your back into the mat. Arch up, find neutral, engage your core. Ready? Imprint, activate. So as soon as the hips come up, the arms come up. High as you can. You won't be able to come up as high, don't worry. And slowly down. And again. Imprint, activate, up. And down. Imprint, activate, lift. And low. Ready? Imprint, activate. And low. Okay, I've got one more to do. Ready? Imprint, activate, lift. And lower. And squeeze in. Okay, just go back onto your side again. And lengthen out. Top hip onto bottom hip. Neutral spine. Or engaged. Take both legs off the floor. We're doing a knee lift. Okay, ready? Bring the knee in. And back. Again, much control here. In. And in. And back. 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 Two more. In. And back. bottom, relax down. Well done, let's roll onto your other side. Again, be comfortable. Lengthen out. Top hip onto bottom hip. Neutral spine. Engage your core. Both legs off the floor. Ready? Lift. And again, take it in. And back. 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 Last one. In. And top onto bottom. Relax your legs down. Excellent. Come up to sitting. I'm going to do some roll downs. I'm going to use the ball, okay, so that we can stretch forward, because it's much nicer stretching forward when you've got the ball in your hands. So it's up to you whether you have your ball on your chest or out in front. Melt the shoulders, chin off chest, engage your core, and let's go down. Nice control. Up. Use the ball if you need to. Once you're seated, stretch forward. Far as you can. Really feel that in your back. Okay, come back up. And roll. Slowly up. Stretch out. Come back up. And roll. Slowly up. Good. Stretch forward. Come back up. And roll. Up we come. Stretch forward. Come back up. 2 more of these. Let's go down. Slowly back up. Stretch forward. Back up. And roll. And slowly up. Stretch forward. And release. Good. Right, we've still got to have the ball in our hand, and we're going to take our feet mat width apart. Okay, no wider than mat width apart. Don't really like this exercise. Okay, so what we're going to be doing, sitting up nice and tall first. Think of that piece of string lifting you up to the ceiling, and then engage your core. Now the ball's got to go above your head. Okay, so now you're reaching the ball up to the ceiling. Okay, from that position, I want you to just stretch out to your right side. Don't let the ball go in front of you, so that the arm that's stretching over should be over your ear. Come back up to the other side. Back up to the ceiling. Every time you come back up, think of that piece of string lifting you up to the side. Back up to the side. And back up. Side. And up. Nice and tall to the side. Back up. To the side. Back up. Ball down. Legs in. Sorry, I find those really hard. Okay, legs out straight again. Grab your ball. Now we're just doing a couple more roll downs, except this time we are going to use the ball out to the side. So once we've gone down, I'll explain as we go. So I want the ball directly out in front of you, okay? So nice and slowly, make sure you can engage your core first. Check there's nothing behind. Okay, so as you go down, the ball is going to go behind you on the floor. And try and touch the balls of the floor. Obviously, it depends on your shoulders. Okay, now, as you come up, the ball's going to come up to the ceiling. Now, I want you to keep the ball at the ceiling and reach up high. Okay, and down we go. Keep the ball up there and then stretch back. As far as you can. Okay, come back up. Keep the ball up to the ceiling. Reach. And back down. Take the ball behind you as far as you can. And up. Reach up. Okay, we've only got one more. Down we go. Stretch behind you. And up for the last time. Stretch up to the ceiling. Bring the ball down. Ooh, that's quite a tough one. Right, on your backs. You're going to stretch. I know, Kerry, it's your favourite time. So bring your knees into your chest first. Stopwatch ready. Okay, take one foot down, straighten the other leg up to the ceiling. Use your band if you want to. Straight leg, bring it in towards you. If you want to make that stretch a little tougher, bring the toes down towards you. Hold it there. Okay, now I want you to place the foot on the knee. Take it nice and wide. Either lift the one that's on the floor or push down with the palm of the hand on the inside of the knee. Okay, release that down. Bring the other knee in. Straighten the leg again up to the ceiling, nice and straight. Then bring it in towards you. If you would like to make it stronger, drop the toes down. Okay, release again, foot onto knee. Take it nice and wide. Either lift the one that's on the floor or push down with the palm of the hand on the inside. Okay, release that down. Take your legs out straight. Arms above your head. Get as much distance as you can between your fingers and your toes. Going to do some thoracic breathing, so either hands on your abdominals or by your sides, whichever you're most comfortable with. Melt the shoulders. You're breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. As you breathe in, you're pushing out with your abdominals to get as much air from as low down in your diaphragm as you can. As you breathe out, you're pulling in your abdominals to expel as much air each breath as possible. you finish the breath you're on. Nice and slowly come back up. Legs out straight. Toes in. Feel free to touch your toes. Release. Now you can bend your knees. Take your hands behind you. Come forwards. Straighten the legs. Once the legs are straight, slowly climb back up.